Oh, hello foreigner living in Korea, how are you doing? Today I'll be telling you how to get an amazing prepaid service with a Korean telecom company that will save you quite a lot of money on your cell phone bill. So let's start with number one. You do need a phone for this to work, so either buy a second-hand phone or even better, bring an unlocked phone from your home country. I did my research before I came here and I managed to buy an amazing phone. It's actually a Nexus phone that was not only super cheap, but it's actually unlocked and works everywhere in the world. And I would definitely recommend getting either a Nexus or something that will work in Korea. Alternatively, you can obviously buy a second-hand phone or an unlocked phone here in Korea. I know in Seoul, in Yongsan Market, they have tons of different selection. I'm in Daejeon right now, and I believe a place called Techno World, which is somewhere in the northern part of Daejeon, does have a really good selection of second-hand phones as well. So do get the phone, and once you have it, basically you're set to go. When it comes to prepaid in Korea, I believe there are only two choices. There is Olleh KT and there's also SK Telecom, but I'm not going to be talking about them because they don't have as good of a service in terms of money saving. I mean, it is a good phone service, but you won't be saving as much money. So I'm only going to be talking about Olleh KT, which might sound like a promotion for them, so should be better be paying for this, but they probably won't. Anyway, so let's talk about how to get this amazing service going and save a buck. So once you have your unlocked phone ready and going, I would suggest waiting until you get your alien registration card, because without it, you won't be able to get anywhere. ARC is super important in Korea, and unfortunately, even though you were actually able to get a prepaid phone service before without an ARC, now it's impossible. They made it really strict in terms of regulations, so you do need this. It will take you a couple of weeks to get it. Once you have it, you're set to go again. Step number 3 is find the nearest Olleh, how do you spell Olleh? Olleh KT service. I'm going to be talking about the one that is very close to me, close to TCIS where I work, and that's the one where I've gone so many times that they actually know that when a foreigner comes in, they probably want a prepaid, so you will actually save yourself a lot of headache trying to explain yourself. So this is how you get there. So right now I'm in Google Maps. I'm going to type in TCIS. This is my workplace, and basically it shows on the map right here. It's in the northern part of Daejeon. There's a little oval field thingy here, and what you want to do is you want to zoom in until you see. This is the Lotte Mark that we all know of and are aware of. And hopefully you can find the Lotte Mart. If you can find the Lotte Mart, what you need to do is keep going this direction right here. And you'll see a big Hi-Mart on the side, and there's also another Samsung store and an LG store right here. They don't show on the map though. But right in front of them, right across the street, on this corner right here, there's a relatively easily noticeable KT Olleh store. There's actually quite a bunch of them in the area, but this is the one that I went to. This is the one that sort of has a relatively friendly service. They obviously don't speak English, but once you go in, they'll probably know what you want. So just to zoom in from here, so this is where the shop is, and in relation to the shop, which is Hi-Mart shows right here, the school is in this area. So if you're living in the singles area, you'll be coming from this direction and you're going south. If you're coming from the family area, you'll be going north or northeast. Alright, so you found the Olleh KT store, you have your phone in your hands, you have your ARC. Bring some cash, because apparently you're not allowed to pay for this with your bank and or Visa. You actually do need Korean cash for you to pay for the service. And now comes the important part. Once you walk into the store, try to look confident and strong, come up to whoever is there and basically say this. Sangbul juseyo. Basically what it means is you want the prepaid service. So show them your phone, say Sanbul, and they'll probably understand it. It took me quite a few attempts at my pronunciation basically to kind of explain that I wanted prepaid. I did have to say prepaid a few times. They didn't really know what it means. One guy did, and he actually said Sanbul, and I knew that's the word. So basically do that, and they'll start talking, you'll start nodding a lot, and then they'll give you a little contract paper to sign. You'll have to put your name, you have to put your address, you can put school address there, and or any other address that you know or have. they'll also ask you to sign at the bottom, and then you're set. This will actually cost you, and the initial fee to set up everything and to get the SIM card is 10,000 won, which is actually not too bad. It's about the same in the US and in Canada. And once you have that set up, it will take a couple minutes, maybe 5 or so minutes to activate your phone, and then you'll have your service. You actually also get to choose a number as well. Now, if everything worked well for you and you have your service set up, this is what the fees are, and they're actually pretty amazing even compared to the US and Canada. Now, because this is a prepaid service, you're basically paying as you go. You're paying per second, not even per minute, but per second of call time. You're paying per message, and you're also paying per megabyte or gigabyte of data that you use. So let's start with the airtime fees, and they're actually pretty good. I believe it's 4.8 won per second, which in essence means, let's do math here, it's about 300 won per minute, 30 cents per minute. Now, it's not too bad, but it does go down if you decide to sign up for a monthly small fee. I believe if it's like 12,000 won per month, this dramatically goes down to like 1 won per second or something. But you don't really need to do that. Basically, unless you expect to talk on your phone a lot and call people, you don't really need that, because all incoming calls are absolutely free. So incoming calls are free. This is what I usually do. I ask people to call me if they need to talk to me. Next, we have messages, and messages are relatively cheap as well. I believe it's 20 or 22 won per message, which is really 2 cents per message. All incoming messages are free as well. But even with that, I think if you send like 500 messages, it will only cost you 10 bucks. So that's not too bad. Lastly, and this is actually where KT differs from SK a lot, the cost of the internet or data plan. And the data plan with KT is actually relatively good. At 500 megabytes costs 10,000 won. And what this means is that basically for 10,000 won, you get 500 megabytes to use as you please. And the coolest thing is that it's not per month, it's in total. So if you use a lot of data, maybe you'll want to buy more. If you don't use a lot of data, and this may actually last you like 2 months, then you're basically paying 10,000 won in 2 months, or 5,000 won per month. What I currently bought is I bought 1 gig for 16,000 won, and this has lasted me for quite a while now actually. But the coolest thing is that you can actually buy more. The maximum you can buy right now is 3 gigabytes, and 3 gigabytes of data costs approximately, or actually exactly, 38,500 won, which is relatively good. I mean, this would probably last me like 6 months, so I'll be paying 40 bucks for 6 months of use of internet and phone service, because the phone service is included. So essentially, when you put money on your phone becomes activated and will be actually working for, I think it's 60 days. Now, if you don't put any money within those 60 days, within 2 weeks after that, your phone service will be canceled, unfortunately. That's the downside of using prepaid. But as long as you keep putting money, a little bit of money, or if you put a huge chunk of money, like say you put 100 bucks off the bat on the first day, then your actual service will, I think it will last for like a year or so. The more money you put, the longer it will last. Another excellent feature that KT offers is if you put like 200 bucks or 200,000 won on your phone at once, what you'll get is you'll get free talking minutes, and I believe it's like 200 free minutes of airtime for using with other KT customers. So in other words, if everybody around you has KT, you'll get 200 free minutes to talk with them. And that's a pretty awesome deal as well. But chances are you won't be using that much data or phone unless you really like to talk on your phone and message a lot of people. Overall, this is an excellent service. The data plan, if you don't know your data, you really won't need more than 1 gigabyte unless you're watching YouTube on your phone like non-stop. If you just use your phone like normal Koreans for Kakao Talk to message people, which will save you money on messages as well, and if you use things like Google Maps and maybe occasional email check, you will probably use approximately 500 megabytes per month, maybe 700 maximum. And that's about 10,000 won per month, which is still like 4 times cheaper than the cheapest service you can get in Korea if you do buy, or if you decide to sign up for a monthly service. So in other words, getting prepaid is a huge money saver for foreigners living in Korea. Now let's just summarize everything and I'll also give you some more vocabulary to use for when you actually want to recharge your phone. So this is going to be a summary. 1. Bring an unlocked phone. And I honestly recommend Nexus because it is the cheapest phone in the world right now, especially Nexus 4, but maybe Nexus 5. And these are Google phones, they're excellent, they work everywhere, and if you leave the country, they'll still work. Number 2, bring your alien identity card or ARC. Number 3, bring some cash, at least 10,000 won to set up your account. Number 4, look strong and confident and say Sanbul Juseyo. Number 5, to get data service, you need to use, or you can probably say data, but you should try to use Korean and say Buga service Juseyo, which means, this is G by the way, Buga service Juseyo, which means data service please. And they'll give you a choice, and this is where you give them money, and they'll basically set up a data plan for you. And finally, when it comes to reloading your money on your phone, basically bring the cash, come into the store and say Chungjang Juseyo and show them the money. And they'll basically take your money and put it on your phone, and that's it. So basically that's it in a nutshell. It's a super cool service. I'm actually surprised not more foreigners use it. And you don't have to get a 2-year contract. You don't have to get stuck with a phone you don't like anymore. And you'll save a lot of money. Thank you for watching and please subscribe. Bye bye and see you later. Good luck.